Well, I'm gonna need to summon some power for this one. All right. Yo! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with chapter 261 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and oh dear lord, this video is about to be a banger. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, when we last left off of Jujutsu Kaisen, a lot of stuff was happening. My man Sukuna, my glorious king, you know what I mean, was unfortunately looking like he was on death's door at this point, or so we thought. Yes, coming off the heels of Choso's death, Aoi Todo joined the fight with the doohickey TM and started mixing up my man Sukuna. And after a little bit of boxing, a little bit of scrapping, a little bit of squabbling, my boy Yuji, you saw what I'm saying, ended up getting a lethal hit on my man Sukuna, and Sukuna looked to his left to see the ghost of the strongest, who he had killed with his own two hands. Now, theories are flying about, you know what I mean? Me included. I personally was of the opinion that it could have been Takaba. I thought this was a hallucination by Takaba. We haven't seen Takaba. A lot of people were thinking that, oh, this was Sukuna having a moment that Nanami had in Shibuya where he was seeing Haibara. People, there were tons of theories flying around, but we were not ready for what Gege had in store for us, and I gotta give it to Gege. This has been so unpredictable, top to bottom, for the past a year and a half, 2 years. Dude, Jujutsu Kaisen is on fire right now. Dude, to say that this is probably gonna exceed 300 million copies worldwide, I mean, it's lowballing, I'm serious. Like, by the end of, like, when Jujutsu Kaisen is completely done, you know what I mean? But man, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's dive into some of these leaks here. Let's talk about some of the new stuff we got going on. But first, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe. You guys went crazy on the last video, and we are actually currently on our way to 8,000 subscribers, so hit your boy up. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to the leaks. So the chapter begins with Yuji deciding that he will now crush Sukuna's heart Mortal Kombat style. He all up in that sternum, just you saw him saying, going absolutely feral on this man. And as soon as Sukuna utters the words Ryuga Tenkai, as soon as those words leave his lips, he thinks to himself, no, Bakada. You saw him saying, Bakada. And he looks, and we see Gojo Satoru in the flesh. But when the wind moves his hair, we see the stitches of a very familiar Krang-looking figure. You saw what I'm saying? Now, when this image first leaked, everybody, including myself, was clapped. Everybody thought this was Kenjaku. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really still don't think that Kenjaku's dead. I'm gonna leave that for a separate video. I still hold out some hope for my goat Kenny. But everybody, including me, was thinking that this is Kenjaku and he was joining the fight, maybe to take Sukuna out, maybe to go against Jujutsu Tech. People did not know what was going on here. People thought that Geto or Kenjaku hijacked Gojo's body. But Sukuna looks, he sees, and he says, oh, I apologize, man. I wasn't familiar with your game. I didn't know you were capable of going that far. Yuta Okkotsu. Brother, I saw literally not a single leak. I was scrolling through Reddit, I was scrolling through Twitter, I was scrolling through X videos looking for leaks. Bro, nobody was saying that Yuta could have copied Kenjaku's technique. People thought that Kenjaku was just dead. Everything that was involved with Kenjaku, people thought was dead, done, and finished. But no, Yuta, my man Yuta Okkotsu, big brain. He said, you know what? We need an insurance policy, my boy. What actually ended up happening was that Rika actually ended up eating Kenjaku's remains, which is fucking disgusting. Like, she literally like started gnawing on it like Resident Evil style, and everyone's like kind of like weirded out. And then basically Maki is like, hey, we really can do this only if we have no other options at our disposal. So with Rika eating Kenjaku's body and gaining his cursed technique, Yuta can now quote unquote body swap. But then Maki actually asks Yuta, she asks him, well, if you could only copy for 5 minutes, what's gonna happen to you after those 5 minutes? And Yuta says he doesn't know. Now, stay with me, walk with me. I think that we possibly could get Kenjaku's revival here. I don't know. There's been a really weird thing recently about techniques being engraved and having something to do with the user's soul recently. I mean, look at Nanami's weapon. The Nanami's weapon literally has technique imprinted on it. So there could be some, I don't know, quote unquote binding vow shenanigans, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. This could be an avenue for Kenny to come back. Again, y'all know me, number one Coper. I said that Kashima was alive. I said that Higuruma was alive. I said that this could be talkable. Listen, I'm going 3 for 3 right now, but listen, I love theorizing. I love y'all, man. So Meme actually goes and explains that there's actually a little bit of a pros and cons situations going on with Yuta going into Gojo's body. If Kenjaku's curse technique runs out, there's a possibility he just might straight up die after the 5 minutes is done, or he might actually end up being stuck in Gojo's body, but with obviously Yuta's soul, which for shipping purposes is very illegal. He a fan, freaky ass nigga, he a 69 god. So everyone is pretty much under the assumption that this is kind of weird. It's weird, and Kukasabe actually ends up saying that this is actually inhumane. And for all intents and purposes, he's completely right. Like puppeteering a dead person's body and actually using their techniques and all that, it's morbid, it's grotesque. This is not something that the good guys should be doing. This is a corpse that they're parading around, like Weekend at Bernie style. But Yuta actually goes on and he says, why are we afraid to become monsters? We're having Gojo become monsters for us. Why can't we do the same thing? Is he not important? This is actually a very, I love me some character development, man. I love this moment for Yuta, man. Yuta typically is a gloomy kid, right? Now we always see that Yuta gets angry on behalf of others, but him actually speaking his mind here is actually really cool, because I don't remember seeing Yuta actually speak out in anger or in protest against something like this, especially to people that he calls his allies. He's always typically soft-spoken, he's very nice, but even when Kashimo started testing him, he was about to put some belt to ass real quick, he still kind of looked at Kashimo like, you really wildin' out, you know what I'm saying? Really wildin' out, but he still didn't crash out. You know what I mean? He still kept his composure. So seeing Yuta actually show his love and affection for his mentor, that's really cool. Really cool. I really like that moment here. And so we have Yuta telling Gojo that, yes, I will be taking your body if you die. Are you okay with that? And Gojo's like, what for? I don't plan on dying. So this kind of throws some stuff out the way, because a lot of people thought that Gojo thought he was going to die, but no. Gojo was like, all right. No, he's like, Gojo was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna win this. He was dead ass when he said, I'd win. I mean, obviously it didn't work out for him, but hey, we got the best anime and manga meme of 2023, so I'll take it. So we have a pretty weird exchange here, and I'm struggling to think why this is gonna be relevant, because it's also mentioned at the very end of volume 0 of JJK. But Yuta is talking about how he was told that he was a descendant of the Fujiwara blood, but then Gojo actually said that Yuta was a descendant of the Sugawara blood. But Gojo says it's the Sugawara, you and me are distant relatives, but weren't the Sugawara and Fujiwara on bad terms? And then Yuta says, oh, I guess that Uro had a misunderstanding, basically saying that the clan that Yuta was descended from, they were just this, I don't even know, they had beef. It's hard for me to remember. It's hard for me to remember right now. If I can remember to put this up on screen, I will. And then Gojo says, well, it's possible that both of us are right. I have absolutely no idea what this has to do with anything. What I think, heavy on the think, what I think this might be is that if Yuta's technique runs out within like 5 minutes or something like that, maybe the time is extended because they are technically blood relatives, obviously super distant, but maybe since there are cursed energies overlap in some capacity, maybe it might allow Yuta to, I don't know, make a miracle happen or something. That's my first thought. And then actually we get something very interesting. We get confirmation of something that happened. We have Gojo basically telling his students to, scram, like I don't want you guys to see this. And he actually goes and he actually eliminates all of the higher ups so that Gakuganji will be on top of Jujutsu headquarters. Now a lot of people had theorized that it was maybe Yuta Yuta. Well, people theorized that it was, Maki with Yuta's help. There were a lot of things that going on. There's literally a face that was slashed in half. People were like, oh, that's Yuta's sword, clearly. But no, people didn't think that it was actually Gojo himself. Now, Gojo, yes, had previously threatened them and people had theorized it, but I don't know. I personally did not see a whole bunch of theories on that. And then we have Gojo actually having a small little flashback to his conversation with Geto, with Yuta saying, yo, please don't become a monster by yourself. Let us help you. And then Gojo saying, no, that's not something, that's something I can't do. And at the moment I was left behind, I have to catch up to him. I have to do what I think is necessary. Obviously referring to Geto. So we have something pretty odd as well. So we actually switched to Amai, which is Yuji's friend from middle school, explaining his curse technique, where he can amplify the sugar within himself and actually output it, which I think is basically kind of like an energy boost or of some kind, basically like a small buff to somebody's concentration or their reflexes, their motor function. I think, again, when the translations are clear, when TCB or when the official Viz translations come out on Sunday, this will be more clear. But yeah, so I think actually we see Shoko actually having him help out with the surgery, I believe by buffing them, I think, harder than think. And so we see actually Yuta now in quote unquote present time or closer to present time, laid out, obviously nearly bisected by Sukuna's world slash, and then he basically accepts what is going to happen to him. Shoko says that she already stitched up Gojo's corpse, so once Yuta switches, he has to activate reverse curse technique at maximum capacity and complete the body. Now, it is said that Arata, Todo's friend, actually used his technique on Yuta's body, so it may not be too late for Yuta to go back to his body. Little problem though, I have a funny feeling in the back of my spine that also this could be another avenue for Kenjaku to come back. And I don't know, man, there's something about techniques that I don't know, man. Am I crazy? Am I wilding out? Maybe I'm coping. Maybe I'm coping, but I don't know. I don't know. But yes, then we have the revelation that yes, Yuta used Kenjaku's technique to go into Gojo's body, and we have, and I mean this with every fiber of my being, we have one of the best double spreads in Jujutsu Kaisen. And again, it's really starting to sink in that this is Jujutsu Kaisen kind of coming into its conclusion here soon, because we've had a crazy amount of double spreads, especially the past 3 chapters. Gege was going absolutely nuts. But this chapter is absolutely wild with this last ending. Also, for some reason, the last page where Sakuna's Malevolent Shrine is showing, that is not Gege's usual art style. Like, that is not his shading as far as like these really thick lines and harsh shadows. I don't know why. Like, obviously that's Sukuna and Gojo, that's obviously Gege, but I don't know if he had like different assistants or something. I have no idea. But that does not look like anything that Gege has drawn so far. Oh man. Oh man. What a chapter, bro. What a chapter. Yuta Okkotsu is back at it, man. That's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. People doubted him. I doubted him. I didn't think he was dead, but I thought he was dying. I didn't know what they were doing. So I'm curious, what are they doing with Kashimo and Higuruma's corpses? Are they doing something similar? I mean, if they are, is like the multiple like Kenjaku theory still active? I'm coping so hard for Kenjaku. I'm gonna stop. Let me relax. let me stop. So actually, people in my Discord actually told me to check something out. They were actually throwing some theories back and forth. So let me see something real quick. So Rengoku X actually said, when Kenjaku said his will live on, do you think he made a binding vow, or if his technique is used, his mind will transfer after some time? He always thinks ahead. And if Sukuna dies by Yuta, then how the merger happens seems so odd. Ooh, that's actually a good one. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know. That felt really weird when Yuta cut his head off and then he said my will be inherited. I don't know. That was really odd. Maybe you could say that, Kenjaku would have known that Yuta would have snuck up and killed him. But I know that definitely didn't happen. He was definitely caught by surprise here. But you still have that multiple Kenjaku theory running around. But no contingency plan on Kenjaku's end? That doesn't... I don't like that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I hope it's not a Muzan situation where Kenjaku goes into Yuji's body. I wouldn't really like that either, especially with the merger. I don't want a 10-tail situation from Naruto as well. But Kenjaku definitely knows something about the merger that we don't. So I'm very curious. And then we have another person, 9, in my Discord. They said, what I've been thinking is that in his last moments, Sukuna will let out his last binding vow, allowing the merger to come out, but have much less power, just as a little screw you to Yuji. I mean, it could. And there's also that theory that when the merger is completed, that all the cursed energy and everything will look like Mahito, because Mahito was the fear of humans. At the end of this, I could see Gojo's body falling after Yuta's technique ends. After everyone turns their back on Gojo's body, Kenjaku takes over him with some sort of Sasuke-style shading, saying, "Let the merger begin." It looks at Itadori and says, "Unlimited Void," and kills him. Itadori is part of the culling game. He has to die too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still waiting on my really cracked out Sukuna transformation, because we know he can change his body. So I'm waiting for that as well. But I could definitely see I could see something similar. I could. Yeah, there's something weird about the merger that Kenjaku knows about that everyone else doesn't. I feel like Sukuna knows as well, but we will see, man. So very curious, very good stuff going on. Oh my god, this video is 20 minutes. No, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. But yeah, it's me, your boy Daffy, guys. Let me know, wow, what do you guys think of Yuta Okkotsu taking it upon himself to lead the charge against Sukuna, man? Let me know what y'all think. But yeah, it's me, your boy Daffy, guys. I will see you in the next video. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. Have a good one. Peace.